In this video, I'll be showing you how to connect GitHub with Visual Studio. The very first step is for you to get the GitHub extension for Visual Studio. Please download this. Once you do that, if you go into Visual Studio and you click on Team Explorer, you should be able to see GitHub under Manage Connections. The second thing that we need is that we have to have an account to log into GitHub. I have an account. I'm going to be connecting using that. We have to ensure that we are not using the enterprise option, just the GitHub option. Sign in. Now GitHub shows that the login is successful. I'll be creating a new repository right now. A good naming convention is to put your your course number there, along with some description of what this repository is all about. You can also choose the local path where this will be stored. I'm going to be storing it under classes IT Spring 2018 Spring. Next option to look at is Git ignore should be set to Visual Studio. What this option means is all the build files that are generated by Visual Studio will be ignored. And the benefit of doing that is it'll keep your repository less cluttered, and only the files that can be used or changed that need to be shared will be available, which would also save some space and more confusion, avoid some more confusion. Choose private repository and click create. So this repository has been created. Let's take a look at the GitHub. Refresh the page and you can see that I have the new repository here. Obviously it'll be blank, just a few files like the git ignore and readme, but other than that it's all empty. Let's click on the local Git repository under our name, double click. You can see here solutions. Let's add a new solution. Visual C#. It's just a simple Windows app. You can also do it under Visual Basic. Again, Windows Forms app. I'm going to keep it with Visual C#, Windows Forms app. Let's call it as a sample GitHub application. Uncheck this box that says create new Git repository. Click OK. New form is created. New project is created. Let's go and click on changes. It shows all the changes that were added with this specific attempt. Let's click on this option and choose commit all and push. What this action does is it saves the changes on the local repository and then pushes it over to github.com. Let's refresh our page here. You can see our application is right now on the cloud. Let's make a small change. Let's add another form. Form 2. Save the project. Team Explorer. Click on this little outlet. And now let's click on the repository. Click on changes. It shows the changes that we just made. Again, do a commit all push. So what happens is a snapshot of the file is made at different instances. So you can actually like pull a version. So if you look at this version, it will not have the form 2 changes. This version will have form 1 and form 2. Each of this is called as a commit and they have a unique ID. This is how I will be able to identify which version of code you want me to look at when you submit it for my assessment, for any of your lab work. So you would either have to put in this little commit ID in the Blackboard when you submit your assignment. The other option is for you to go and give this long one. That's okay too. This helps me find out which version of the project changes you want me to look at. So let's look at one more thing. So this is how basically you submit changes and sync changes between your local and GitHub. Let's look at one more thing. If you go to settings and collaborators, here's how you can share your files with me. That's my user ID. If you put that user ID, you can click on add collaborator and then I will be allowed to access your repository and look at your changes. Well, in this case, because I am the owner, it doesn't let me add. So what I suggest is that you try giving me access like this a little ahead of time so I have the time to go in and verify that everything works. Just one little thing I want to share. If you look at here under actions, you can look at the history and the commits even in Visual Studio. You don't necessarily have to go to github.com for that. So the commit ID is here. So you can use this commit ID also. So that's pretty much how we connect Visual Studio and GitHub. I hope you find this tutorial easy to follow. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to assist you.